All right, we are live.
KP's Video News, y'all. It's KP's Video News, y'all.
Wait a minute. You know what? I gotta create a whole new song. I gotta create a Molly Bell theme song.
No, but this is KP. Yeah, we'll do that. Now, am I all right? Because used to I would be on the whole bottom of the screen. I still see you're in on the show, but my picture is big. It's not
Wait
even
a
big
minute.
as
Let
a
me see.
stem.
Let me see. Hold on.
Now that's better.
All right, there we go.
Okay,
All right, I
that's
got
better.
you. I see what you're saying now. I got you. Yeah, okay. I told you the other stuff. This is one of the other ones, but I got a white one here that I'm going to send you because that whole order got lost, and
What?
yeah, it got lost. Well, I'm gonna say they said it got lost, but I'm gonna say it got stolen.
Well, like I said, if we ever see somebody with it on,
Thank you,
we gonna call
thank you.
we gonna call the
You know
police.
exactly where it came from. It is what it
Yeah,
is. Show. All
yeah. You should
right,
have just.
all right.
I was gonna say you should have just ordered two or three. One for
Yeah.
me, John Shadid. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna wear mine always.
Yeah.
I started
All
I
right, folks.
started I started to put on
This,
some other hair.
yeah, this is it. This is the It Is What It Is show with Molly Bell from Compton. And wow, I know we got a lot to talk about, man. We got a lot to go across. But let's talk about the elephant in the room first. Joe Biden backing out, or was he forced out of the election? You know, because I don't know right now. I'm not 100% sure, to be honest, whether he got whether he's you know whether it's official or whether, because it behind this. I hate to be a conspiracy theorist, but I do believe that there are people with a lot of power and a lot of money and a lot of influence that actually pull the strings of this country. And that's not just one person. I'm talking about a whole group, a whole cabal, if you want to call it that, of people, old money, probably some new money too, combined. Because and it was very obvious when Barack Obama was running against Hillary Clinton, and because Hillary was going in pretty hard. She was going in pretty hard on Barack, and I think they told her, hey, stand down. We're gonna let Barack go ahead on and do this. Next time it'll be your turn. But we're gonna give you one of the best jobs in DC that a woman ever had.
What job was
What do
that?
you think? She was the it wasn't attorney general, it was right under the president. The job she had was right under the president.
One vice president.
I mean, not okay, the job
You said
under vice president.
So what I'm saying is that sometimes when you get the best job you ever had, everybody remembers. You and I, we trying to remember what it was. Just
Yeah, I think
remember
it
what
was
he
Secretary of
said.
State. Secretary of
Okay.
State. Yeah.
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 So for me,
Right. Yeah.
no,
Remember when
go
they
ahead.
tried to blame that whole Benghazi thing on her? Remember that?
Yes.
Yeah, she was in charge of all the embassies and all of that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, I'm still holding live to my thieves in the temple.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still holding on and saying that there are people like you're saying who are a part of Biden's staff, of his inner circle, who is not making the money that Trump's inner circle is making. White folks be white folks all the time. And so They already messed up Biden. And I've said this, and I'm just repeating, just somebody missed the first show about this, that Biden did not, when he had a debate with Trump, he did not do the closing. They, his team let them flip a coin, do whatever it took. And Trump was able to do the closing remarks. I go to church and there's some church folks out there. And even when I'm doing your show, Keith, you don't let me do the end after I finish, and you're going to say, this is KP video, y'all, KP, and it is what it is, or bring on whatever. This is the show that you do and you've always done. So that always bothered me. And then in the same, on that debate with Trump, the things that happened in that they said Biden and Trump couldn't use no notes. I have notes right today, just in case I forget something, because I am 77 years old, but cute as a button. And I know that I've got to remember things that I may have forgotten or what I was going to say. So here they put Biden in his 80s up there without, he can't use his notes. He don't get the closing remarks. Trump just talked all around him. There was no cross-examination by the two hosts. They had their notes. They had their questions. And Biden works with a group of people. And when you work with a group of people and you're making decisions, my mother and father made it at this house. But when it was time to go to Disneyland or Knott's Berry Farm, she called all of us in and we decide. But it really wasn't no decision. It was going to either be Disneyland or Knott's Berry Farm or POP. That's it. We couldn't say we wanted to go someplace else. We had to choose from what they have already chosen. And so
Right.
that happened with Trump. Trump had everything in his favor. And I always wondered, why did his handlers let that happen? There's no way in the world that if you and I weren't such good friends, and we've been friends and we go a long way back, that if somebody were setting this up for me, I would not be in agreement with them saying, well, Molly, you only got this, you could only do that, you can't do that, you can't use no notes, you won't have no closing remarks, Keith. They had to flip for it, and if whatever happened. So I'm saying those are just something simple. Now, Biden, everybody start calling for his demise. Resign, quit, get out. And I'm going, that was just one debate. He left there and went to North Carolina and tore it up. Went to North Carolina and tore it up. When he did the State of the Union address, he tore it up. So what made them really start saying it? And then other people got on. Sometimes people just like to say they're on the right side of history. I don't say that all the people who wanted him out were against him. But I'm saying that they did what they shouldn't have done. They just should have said he had a bad day. I'm hoping that when I'm doing our show, it is what it is, Keith. I hope I don't have a bad day. I hope I don't forget some things. But if I do, remember my good days. Remember that when things were right.
You're 100% right. I mean, everybody has a bad day, but see, you gotta look at the plan. My brother, I got to give my brother credit for something that he did as far as like my education was concerned when I was a kid, because he was a little bit of everything. I can say he was sort of like you. He was at that time. He was a black hippie. He was a revolutionary. He was this. He was a lot of different things. He was born in 49. Anyway, he was he used to bring home Muhammad Speaks, He used to bring home the Black Panther paper. He used to bring home the Free Press, when the Free Press was the real Free Press back in the 60s. And then he would bring home the Chicago Sun-Times, which was like the local, big newspaper in Chicago. The Times is usually the biggest paper in every city, major city anyway.
That's right.
And so he was like, read this. So I read it, and I would always notice that Muhammad Speaks, Black Panther paper, and the Free Press had one story, but the story that they had in the Chicago Times, Sun-Times, was always watered down, and it was always something opposite of what the other papers were saying. So somewhere in the middle, that's where the truth is. You see what I'm saying?
That's correct. And I'm saying that with Biden, he did, the first part of the debate was, to me, terrible. Because I figure like this, if I'm going to do your show or whatever I'm going to do, I know to have my thoughts together. I know to have my notes together. I know to do that. But Biden wasn't able to do that because his handlers agreed to all that, telling him what he should do. Now, after all that, next thing we know, everybody, all of his folks, eventually came on, basically all of them, and said he never, not to get out. But he probably had some, Keith, who was saying, no, man, just stick it on in there. They can't make you leave. You're the president of the United States. Well, he has until the end of the year to be president. And then they wanted it to be so bad that next thing we know, all the people were going to go against him or not vote or do something. My favorite stations, which may not be after tomorrow, I've got to see, but usually was MSNBC. And J.D. Vance had flyers. He's on all kind of things saying, I'm a never Trumper. I'll never do this. And we were still talking about Biden's debate, how he stumbled. They had people on the, after they had the debate, all the things that went wrong, all the things that people had said, all the lies that they made up on Trump's side. Right. But my station was talking about Biden's debate. I never heard them say, well, I don't understand. He did the State of the Union so good. He went to North Carolina and did so good. They just kept talking about that. So for me, now I laid all this down because that's my premise, that there are thieves in the temple. There are people, and the reason I know that they're thieves, because, I'm a Christian, Keith, have a relationship with God through Jesus the Christ. And I'm saying, God, you the boss. How come you let Judas double cross your son, Jesus? He said, I did it for you, Mollie Bell. Well, whatever my name was then. I did it for you.
Though, Mollie. I agree with everything you're saying. And, I guess it's just how I comprehend things and how I look at things. When you think about money and how people are so crazy, I mean, a person would literally take your life over 25 cents. So can you imagine the temptation that it is when you're talking about people that are thinking about millions and millions of dollars, and those people are going to always thrive on the weakest link, and that's what any thief would do. A thief is not going to walk up and try to, if you see a guy walking down the street with some big old muscles, try to rob him.
Take Mike Tyson's money.
He ain't going to go nowhere near that. But if he see a little skinny guy walking down the street, that's the one he's going to rob. I hate it when a person comes along and try to kick somebody when they're down. And that's what they did to Joe Biden. They kicked him while he was down, and they just kept kicking him and kept kicking him. But the news media itself, that's what they thrive on. That was the story. It was the story. And they ran it and ran it and ran it and ran it and ran it. And you know, so it's like usually the next big story comes along and it'll knock that story out. But if that news channel wants to keep pushing that same narrative, that's what they're going to do. They're going to keep pushing it and pushing it and pushing it and pushing it, even though they know that what they're doing is wrong, but they're going to do it anyway. Fox News been doing it for years. They've been pushing negative stories.
The other person, it was Fox News. Fox News was pushing any negative thing that they could get on Democrats. I'm saying that Democrats, MSNBC, the people, they were pushing the bad news on Biden. They should have said he had a bad day, the end. The end. That's all it was to it. The end. And he came back, but they kept doing it. And so I saw something that was not the norm. They didn't talk about Trump and all his 34 charges. That had just happened. They didn't talk about Trump and what he was and what the Supreme Court was doing for him, the wife Aliotos and Clarence Thomas. They were talking about Biden's misstep. On that one day was the biggest news that they kept showing all day long. And Trump was getting
but they
away.
didn't just do it for one day. They kept going it.
That's what I'm saying. They stayed there. They stayed there.
Every single day.
Every single day. That's all that they did.
They never stopped. That's what I'm saying. They never stopped.
And that's what I'm saying too. They never stopped.
I call them Dino. Name only. Democrat in name only.
Well, like I said,
you see what I'm saying?
I've heard that, and I tell people I don't know what a dino. I know what a rhino is.
Yeah. They don't care.
Right? No, I understand that.
They're about making. Yeah, that's a rhino. But I'm talking about a dino.
Are you still there? I don't see you.
Those ones that are out there.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay, I see you now, but you went. I'm not knocking.
Those ones that are out there that are staying. Those ones that are out there. Now you going in and out. Those ones that are out there that are in those Democrats are in those Republican areas, but some kind of way they were able to win their elections because the people were so disappointed with Trump the last time they vote for Democrats. Those are the people that are so busy trying to hold on to that little seat that they threw Biden under the bus because those donors were like, you know, if Biden stays in the race, I'm not going to give you no money. These are the ones that was trying to push Biden out. The news media itself is about making money. They could care less about Joe Biden. So you got to think about that. Even though they got, you know, they try to act like they're more pro-democratic, but whatever. But they are pro-money. They're all about money. That was the hot story. They didn't have no other hot story. They ran with it. When Trump got shot, they ran with the Trump story for a week. They ran with the Trump story for a week, but they were still talking about, well, this person came forward and said Joe should step down. This person came forward and said Joe should step down. But they never said every day, well, we got 400 people that want him to stay.
That's what I'm
saying. They never said that. They never said.
Right. I'm just saying, first it was 3 people, then it was 7, then it was 9. And then I'm going, but there's 400,000 that still want him to be there. And so why aren't you counting those people into the mix? Why aren't you sharing that?
Because that's not news. It's not newsworthy.
Well, okay, I'll go with it's not newsworthy, But I'll also go with there are thieves. There are people who set out to do this. They have
Yeah.
something in the
I mean,
military.
I'm agreeing with you. Like I said, I'm not.
No, I understand, but I'm talking to
Yeah.
it is to those who are watching, it is what it is. I'm saying that there are thieves. Prince sings that song. Andre Eglishon wrote a book about the Federal Reserve System, that there was no money in the Federal Reserve and there was no reserve. And so, and the
Right.
name of his book is Thieves in the Temple. I'm saying that the people that are supposed to be watching the hens in the chicken house, they're selling out.
Right.
And they're stealing from the chicken. And the thing is
Exactly.
farmer as the
Exactly.
Farmer John don't know that. Farmer John
Follow the
Biden,
money.
that's what we're talking about. Biden is the one who they kept on saying, oh, and then there was a whole bunch of folks saying yes. Once if you say to somebody, even a baby, he'll eat this food, eat this food. He go, mm-mm, mm-mm. After a while, mama gonna throw it away. Biden, they kept wanting him to get out. But what they didn't know, and I have to send you some pictures, is that for me, I wanted him to stay because I figured he would stay until he won, he and Kamala Harris. And then after he won, then he was going to resign and Kamala would have it right then and there. And I think those same thieves did not want him to do that. They want to have a brokered thing. They want it because they couldn't take the money that Biden had already won and that was already promised. And so they wanted him to get out. But they didn't know that Kamala was really a person that knows how to do it. And right now, they did it yesterday, was Sunday, and right now they raised in little bits $50 million right now in one day.
Yeah.
$50 million
I got an
in
update.
and you have an update?
Yeah, let me do my update on that so I can turn this computer off. Okay, we got Vice President Kamala Harris is quickly drumming up support among top Democratic donors, making her road to become Democratic presidential nominee seem almost inevitable. And in the 24 hours after Biden ended his reelection bid and backed her to be a successor, you ready for this amount?
Yes.
Within 24 hours, Harris raked in $81 million,
See
setting
there?
a new record for the most money raised in 24 hours by a candidate in presidential history.
Woo-hoo,
Not just recent,
woo-hoo.
presidential history.
I know.
Her highly influential Nancy Pelosi endorsed her. Let me do these couple of stories so I can turn this computer, this little computer, off because I think that might be what's interfering with the big computer.
Okay.
They got one of these mega donor, George Soros, and his son Alex. They're putting billions of dollars behind Kamala Harris. So that's George Soros. You know he got the big bucks.
Yes.
But here's one. Now here's one of these dinos I'm telling you about. Democrat in name only. Here's one of these dinos. This one mega donor says Biden's endorsement of Harris is revenge to those that have been trying to oust him. So this is somebody trying to throw a little monkey wrench in the game. But even if it is smart, Biden is smart. He's smart. He know what he's doing. He ain't no dummy.
He did not have to do it. Biden did not have to do it for revenge. If somebody is after you and you're upset with them, you do not have to stay there and be upset with them. Just stay in your seat and don't do it. And then if he lost it, it would have been that. People do that all day
all the time,
long.
all the time. That's what I'm
All
saying. It's all about
day long.
people yapping,
He couldn't have
yapping.
done that. But after listening to everybody,
Yeah,
and as far as I know, that could have been their plan all along.
right.
Biden
It's
could have
all
been
about
saying no. Biden could have been saying no till they turned around and said, well, we got to get Kamala before, because maybe if he had said yes earlier, how many names would have been thrown out there? But right now, we only have a little bit of time. And all this money that was sent in for Kamala is still Biden and Kamala right now.
So I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to tell you something real quick, and it corresponds to what you're saying and what I've been saying. Since she raised that much money in one day, oh, they patting her on the back now. Oh, yeah, because see, that trickle down money, because see, the Democrats still share. The Republicans, with Trump in his spot, he ain't sharing nothing. As soon as he get his hands on the money, they had already said, oh, whatever money he raises, that money's his.
You got to,
and historically, they usually
you got to pay off those court fines. He got to pay off everything. I'm saying that for me, Kamala Harris, and I'm going to have to send you some pictures, Keith, because in 2010, Kamala ran for Attorney General of California. And you got to see me and Kamala together. I hosted that open house. I was there. If anybody go to Mollie Bell and then look up, work at the post office and stuff like that, and then you'll see the pictures that I took with her. And I just posted
them. So where is that located? That's on Facebook.
On my Facebook now. I know you know how to do all that kind of stuff. And
page.
It's on there, and you it's on Facebook. Just Mollie Bell. Don't look Mollie Bell straight out of Compton, because that's my little thing that I do. But just look for Mollie Bell, work at the post office, and then you'll see that it was posted just today. I did that this morning, knowing I was going to come on your show. I didn't know how to send it to you so you could show them. And when she won in California, the Attorney General, when she made her thank you speech, she thanked Mollie Bell. She said my name out loud, my pictures with her, and I'm introducing everybody. I mean, I just put up maybe about 7 or 8 pictures, or a few, but it was quite a few, because a lot of people that we know that was in the struggle at that time were there. But what I'm saying is that Biden held out long enough to make the people say, we want Kamala. We want Kamala. Now the other ones, the thieves that's in the temple, they talking about, well, we should just be able to nominate somebody else, not with that kind of money. Not with that. We the people, we the people we're not gonna go for that.
We bringing in that kind of money, I guarantee you all of those people are shutting up real quick.
Oh yeah.
Real quick.
Oh yeah.
Because like I said, that money trickles down. It trickles down. So they could care less about those other donors that they was gonna get a few dollars from, because they can get a piece of that cookie jar. And it's like, hey, that's the way it works. That's the way it had historically been happening on the Democrat and Republican side. Whatever money that the president brought in, they would share it with other key places and key people that were running for office that needed whatever they needed. They would be able to get it. And the Democrats still do it, but Trump, like I said, since he got control of the dollars because he assigned his daughter-in-law to be in charge of the Republican National Committee, first thing she said was that all money that comes in is going directly to Donald Trump, all of it. So, that lets you know that he ain't nothing but a crook, just a scammer and a crook and a thief. And he's even stealing from his own party. So anybody that talks about a businessman being a president, that is the craziest thing ever, because business people don't care not one bit about the average working person. They could care less about working people. They try to stop working people from getting money and getting benefits and getting pensions and getting health care. They don't want to pay for that. So Trump, his whole agenda is to get back in office and eliminate all of that: pensions, Social Security, Medicare, get health care. They've been, they've been working for 10 years to trying to get rid of Obamacare, and they ain't been able to do that yet. So all these things, voters' rights, the state of Mississippi just voted a few days ago to bring back the 1890 Jim Crow law for voting. Anybody that had over 100 different criminal arrests can no longer vote for life. This just happened, and the appellate court, the Fifth Circuit appellate court, approved it. So that's over 250,000 people's names that have just been removed from the voter rolls in the state of Mississippi as of just a few days ago. 1890 Jim Crow law. So
I wish we had a. I wish we had a rope, because I can't jump in yet. I've been trying to get back in, but
come on in.
I mean,
Jim Crow. Are you kidding me?
Huh?
Jim Crow,
Yeah,
Molly. This is 2024.
Yeah. All I'm saying is that we've got to look at what else is really going on. What else is really going on? Those thieves are still around. Right now, they want something called a brokered convention, where Kamala Harris is not automatically going to be made the presidential nominee. That's what they're looking at. They're looking at who's going to be the vice president, who is going to be that. They're looking to steal the money. They want something else to happen. And it is our job to keep our eyes wide open to follow this, because when Kamala wins, and I'm calling her a winner, when she wins as president, I don't know. And I'll ask you in just 1 second who her second choice will be. I have no idea. Who is it going to be? They've named a whole bunch of names, but we got to make sure that the second choice is not one of those handlers, one of those thieves that tried to just take it from Biden in the first place. We have not found out who did all of that. Also, Trump is getting all the money that he wants. His family is taking it over. There's Project 2025. He said he got shot in the ear, and I know I don't even want to start this, because you guys gonna start thinking, poor Molly Bell, she just conspiracy oriented as she can be. That little natch on the ear with the Band-Aid this size on his head, I don't even know that. I feel for the person that did get killed and did get shot. I feel for the young 20-year-old white boy that did it. And everybody, they had a hearing today that everybody who testified and told the Secret Service that he's up on the roof, he got a gun and all this, and the gun and the building wasn't. Well, the lady, I watched her testimony today, and she talked about that. We've got to talk about that, because why didn't the Secret Service do something? Now, the Secret Service, this is under the Democrats' watch. This happened while they were the president. I don't know how long she's been Secret Service. I don't know how they do it. I haven't looked that up, and I guess I need to, because I just thought that once they found out, they would do an investigation and we would go from there. But they're going to try to steal, and I mean not S-T-I-L-L. They're going to try to steal the money that has been raised by Kamala. They're going to try to get that from the Democrats. They're going to try to make them put somebody in. I don't know who it's going to be, but they're going to try to put somebody in to do what they need to do. My door is open. The ice cream truck is going by.
But you know
So
what?
I'm gonna put
If
myself on
Kamala Harris,
mute,
if
and
Kamala
I'm gonna
Harris,
put myself on mute, and you go ahead.
if Kamala Harris wants to win the election, it's one person that I think, and it's perfectly okay and legal to do, is she'll be 100% shoe-in Barack Obama as vice president. Because he can be vice president. Even though he's already served twice as president, he can be vice president. So if they did that, it would be a complete landslide, a total landslide. Trump wouldn't stand a chance, and he would be crying all, you know, he can cry all he wants to about rigged elections and all this other stuff. But hey, come on, Barack, come on, be that vice president. Do that, because it's perfectly legal for him to do it.
Well,
You know,
for me,
yeah.
well, for me, I think that's a good idea. Right now, do I think that's going to happen? I can't see a whole bunch of white folks voting for two black people to be their boss. I
Yeah,
cannot. I'm just
let
saying.
me
You know,
finish. Those white people like Barack Obama. They're the ones that put Barack Obama in office. It wasn't us, because it's not enough of black people to put anybody in office.
Period. But they like
Period.
him. But do I think
they love it?
And I would vote for that ticket. But right now, they don't even want to vote. They're not even sure they're going to vote for two women to be Kamala's vice president. I don't know who it's going to
That's
be.
going to be a hard call. That would be a hard call right there.
And like I said, do I think that it's going to be that they would do Barack? I've been black way too long, Keith, and I've seen the system of white supremacy. They would kill Barack first. I wouldn't want that, but there are other positions that Barack could be in. President Barack Obama, Hussein Obama, could be in that would help Kamala do her job. Sometimes you need a good president and a good vice president, but sometimes you need a good secretary. You need a good treasurer. You need a good person that's the voice for the president, an advisor. There are a lot of positions where Barack Obama can be. And I know whatever it will be and can be, I believe that Biden would endorse that and let it go. But do I believe, and I probably have more faith than the average bear, but do I believe that the United States of America gonna let two black folks be the head of this country? I don't believe it, because I see how racist they are. Not all white folks are racist, but there's a whole bunch of them. I watch them interview where we raise this kind of money up, where we've done this in the Democratic Party, and they're still talking about we're going to get maybe Gavin Newsom, although I think Gavin Newsom has said no, he's not going to run. And second of all, I know that you can't have the president and vice president from the same state. I don't know all the rules. I've got to listen to them, but they had said you couldn't have a president and the vice president from the same state. If they don't want you from the same state, they don't want you to be the same color. They're not gonna go for that. But
Yeah,
I believe
I agree with what you're saying, but wishful thinking. I gotta, I'm just thinking wishful thinking, and I really truly in my heart, I really truly believe that she would have the greatest chance with somebody like Barack Obama as vice president.
somebody like Barack Obama.
Only other person I can think of would be who, and I can't even count on him, and that's Adam Schiff, because Schiff opened his mouth up, and he was one of the ones talking about telling Biden to step down the other day. So I wouldn't go with him.
And excuse me, and that's what the thieves do. They made a lot of people who would have had a chance. They told them, like Nancy, and I love me some Nancy Pelosi. I love me some different ones. The Black Caucus, the Latino Caucus, all of them stood up for Biden. All of them. And they wanted the ticket to be the same way that the ticket was, Biden Harris. All of them. But there are those who did not want that to happen. And those are the ones that we have got to be mindful of, because the ones who don't want that to happen, they're in the bushes. We used to say back in the days, they laying in the cut, getting ready to do their dirt, to pull out whenever they get ready to do whatever they want. Right now, we are standing on a big crevice, a big spot where we're going to have to choose sides. We're going to have to stand up, and we're going to have to give folks a chance. It took everything under the sun to get President Barack Obama in office, and he did 2 terms, and he did them with Biden, and that was a real good thing. But Biden, I wanted him to stay. I'm hoping that he continues to speak out like he's doing, saying, I'm not running, but I am president until the beginning of the year. I know how long it works.
Well, they got a monkey wrench they're trying to throw in the game on that. The Republicans are trying to come up with some kind of vote so they can force him to resign, talking about his health. Since his health is bad, then he needs to resign. And when this just came out earlier.
Right. So when have the Republicans cared about Biden's health?
They don't care.
Right.
They don't care. So but see, that was the same thing that they said. That's what the Democrats were trying to do the last time at the end of Trump's presidency, when they was trying to remove him from that Article 20, saying that he was mentally incompetent and all the stuff that he had did on January 6th. And what did they do? They voted to keep him. So
right, it wasn't that they didn't try to get rid of him because of his age. Biden has no crime that he has done. None. So I respectfully ask the listeners and the viewers, when you say they let Trump get away, but they're not going to let Biden had no crime. He just got old.
It wasn't a crime that I was talking about. It was his health situation.
Right, but I'm just
the Article 20 has something to do with your mental or your physical health, where they can remove you if they think you're not capable of doing the job.
And so they wanted to do that to Trump. That's not what you're saying?
They wanted to do that to Trump because of, they saw him doing all kind of crazy stuff. Plus, they did come up and they did impeach him, but they didn't get the votes in the Senate. They got the votes in the House to impeach him for that January 6th situation.
Yeah, remember? And all of his other people are in jail and went to jail. And I'm just saying that how can you put the people that did the wrong in jail, and the one who organized it, put it together, now he's running. The other day I did watch the Republican convention. I just saw so much lies, so much foolishness. The Incredible Hulk, because he could tear his t-shirt off like that. And I'm not saying that he couldn't, but I've watched enough TV to know that you can have it where it'll start ripping. And once you start, I don't know what it was made out of. All I'm just saying is, and I don't care. I don't care that he tore his t-shirt off. If we have can you tear your t-shirt open? Get Hulk. But we're talking about the presidency of the United States of America. What has that got to do with it? And I do feel for the person that I do feel for the person at the Trump rally that was killed. I know he didn't sign up for that, but they're doing the very best that they can for him. But to make it look real, that's when you don't care. That's when you don't care, because it would have taken nothing for all these people said that they was telling everybody there's a sniper on the roof, there's that. How come Trump people didn't get the message? I'm not even talking about, the secret police, I'm not talking about anyone like that. If anybody ever come by my house and you see somebody out there, tell me. Get to my people. Make sure I can see it. And that's why I don't believe, I believe, and I think I told you this, I believe that that's one of them little things you put in your hand, then you smash it, and then blood comes out. I've been out to
Oh yeah, it might have been some ketchup. Might have been some ketchup.
Even if it wasn't ketchup, even if it was blood, I've been out to Knoxberry Farm too many times back in the day, and blood would be coming out, the vampires and everything else. It wasn't ketchup, it wasn't that thick, it ran and everything else. So for me, I'm seeing other things, and I'm just saying that right now we have got to be vigilant. We have got to listen, because when there are thieves in the temple, when there are thieves in your house, when you have people who are double crossing you, then you better be woke like you've never been woke before. We as Democrats have been progressive, have been using the term woke. But now we got to use it like we've never used it before. Use it for what it was supposed to be. We have to wake up and live and watch this, because the things that they're going to do, we ain't seen nothing yet.
Right. Well, I got a request. I got a request, Molly. I got a request. Mickey wanted to join us for a couple of minutes. That's cool with you?
I would be crazy to say no. Mickey, of course. Now I'm telling you guys, that wasn't a setup, but he knew. No, Mickey, you can't be with me. You can't do that. But it also shows that Keith has manners.
Yeah,
that's how you do. That's the way you do. And
yeah,
when he comes,
I don't like to step on nobody's toes. I would rather, I would rather be real about it. It's better to do that.
My first video with you, Mickey was there. Mickey came on, and I had a chance to meet him and talk to him, and he was awesome. So tell Mickey to come on. And how do I move myself, because I need to close my door? Somebody is doing their yard. Can you hear that background noise?
No, I can't hear it. I don't hear it.
Then I'm gonna sit here. Mickey, we want Mickey. We want Mickey.
I'm waiting on him. I sent him the link. Waiting on him to chime in. Yeah.
I'm just reminding all the listeners, be on the lookout.
Oh, there he is.
There are people that are doing things, and we've got to be mindful. Yo, Mickey. Yo, Mickey.
Sister Molly, my brother KP. How y'all doing?
All right, how you doing?
Good to see you, sister. You're looking.
But thank you.
Yeah. What's up, Mick? How you doing, brother?
Good, looking good. Looking good. You guys looking real good. Yeah.
Man, I couldn't get my head right yesterday, man, for your show. Did you do a show yesterday?
We got it.
Did you get your show going?
Yeah, I did. I think we got.
I
don't know if we're on the same time. Yeah, I did get it going. Can you hear me? Here, I'm getting feedback.
Yeah, I hear you fine. I hear you
I
fine.
can hear you fine.
Yeah.
I,
Let me turn my
on mine, Mickey, there was a delay. I saw your mouth move, then I heard you. So
You
are
heard
you
me?
Mickey?
Okay.
Are you Mickey or are you a puppet?
but
I
it's
saw your
moving
mouth
live.
move, but I didn't hear
Okay.
you
I can
stop.
Let me see
Okay.
if I can hear with this. Go ahead and say something.
Yeah.
Okay, I can hear you. I'll
It's
just put my earbuds in. Is it
yeah.
still echoing?
It's kind of back. Yeah. We did we we did get a show going yesterday, but it was kind of messed up a little bit. You know, we didn't get we got the audio right, but the video we had some issues. We didn't look as good as you, KP, and as good as Molly right there. We was off a little bit.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Well, we had a couple of technical difficulties early on, but it seemed like it straightened itself out. I believe what it was is I had too many things open. I had my laptop on and I had my phone on, so all this stuff trying to go through the same internet through the same modem. I think it was straining the modem. But anyway, what we were talking about was Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, the dinos, what I call them, the dinos, Democrats in name only, that have been sabotaging Biden, basically blackmailing him to get him to leave, and the possibilities of Kamala Harris winning and who her vice president should be. I think that's where we left off at, right, Molly? We're trying to see who the vice president could be.
Yeah,
I said Barack Obama.
Yeah.
Mickey, I don't know what he's been drinking. He know America's not gonna vote for no Kamala Harris for president and Barack Obama be her vice president. She can make
that would be
him.
some team.
It would be awesome.
That would be awesome. Yeah.
It would be awesome. Ain't
I
nobody
tell
doing
you.
that. Ain't nobody is gonna say that would be a bad team. It's just like, but we know that's not going to happen. They would kill one of them, and I don't want either one of them dead.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I just
who's left?
closed one window, so now maybe I can hear you. Can you hear me? Are you hearing me? Is my voice going along with?
Yeah.
Right now.
Your voice
Okay,
is going
good.
with your lips.
Good.
Yeah.
Move my lips and stuff. Yeah. Oh, that would be some team. You talking about those two together? America ain't ready for that. They ain't ready.
And Mickey, I would be worried if we put it out, because if we did, it's going to be a whole bunch of folks like you and I, and of course Keith, say, "Wow, yeah, that'd be great." And we all three of us know it's not going to happen.
Yeah,
all three of us know it's not going to happen. And then there'll be those who were going to vote for Kamala and whomever she chose, or whoever the Democrats chose, but they ain't gonna vote for Barack. I'm not voting. We cannot throw a monkey wrench into the clogs, because if not, Keith said just a while ago, he says, I'm having trouble with my device. I think I have too many of them going on. Not only and if we put Barack Obama into the mix for vice president, we're going to have trouble with our device, because there's way too much blackness for anybody to handle.
It's too much. Too much.
Can a brother dream?
That would be something else. That would be something else.
When I was a young girl and they used to talk about even people sleeping, they said when you're asleep, the only thing that comes to you is a dream. But I always liked that it was a play and I forgot, but the song was "To Dream the Impossible Dream." We can always dream it, and we could bring it into fruition. But I would like for sure President Barack Obama, because as of now, he has not endorsed Kamala. He thanked Biden for dropping out, but he has not endorsed Kamala. And there are some good white folks, because they need that, because it would have 3 races. If a white person came in, Kamala brings in 2, Black and Asian. That's 3 races right there, and there's only but 5. Only one is missing is a Latino and a white person. So we got to find somebody that's a Latino.
I'm thinking. I
that's
can't think of nobody. I
Yeah.
can't think of anybody right now. I can't think of anybody that could.
Yeah.
I don't
It's
know
probably,
because I mean the next in line would be Hakeem Jeffries, but I mean that goes right back to the back to the Barack Obama situation.
It's not, it's,
You know he's
it's not, it's not it's not going to be like that. And I think that, and I'm not a fatalist. I am a realist. They will kill one of them first. The system of white supremacy will kill one. Dr. Francis Cress Welsing says, most people say, oh, he's a white supremacist. White folks love being called supreme. They love being called a white supremacist. Dr. Francis Cress Welsing says, we must first of all fight for justice. Second, we must fight to end the system of white supremacy, and then replace it with a system of justice. Fight for justice, fight to end the system of white supremacy, because white folks ain't supreme, and replace it with a system of justice. And if and I shouldn't, well, I'm gonna still say it. There have been times when I wanted the president or the vice president, not both of them, to be white. I wanted that. I said, why don't they get a Latino? Why don't they get a Black? And when they did, why don't they get a woman? And when they did, I was very, very, very happy. So let's go on from there. Mickey, you're looking real good.
You know, I think she's going. Her vice president pick is going to be very important, and I think she need to maybe look around that Michigan, Ohio, Pennsylvania area, Illinois area. It's somebody around up there that, because them states are going to play a pivotal role there in this election, I believe, and I think he's going to win. Right now the Republicans are running scared. They talking about suing what the Speaker of the House say? We're going to sue Biden and make him run for president.
Yeah.
How you going to sue somebody and make them run for president? You know, they're running right now. It's really tough. It's really tough out there.
Hey, how you switch over? How you get over there? How did that happen?
How
y'all change positions like that?
I am very, very conspiracy oriented. Here we are sitting here. I was in the middle. I was all happy. First, it was just me and Keith. I was in the middle.
I'm in the middle now.
Next thing I know,
I didn't do it. I don't know how it happened.
Next thing I know, Mickey comes on, and then and I'm looking at it on the little cell phone, and I got to keep moving my head to make sure I'm in the scene. But no,
I don't know how that happened. But let me see.
Yeah, I was right. I was right here. There you go. Play with it, KP. Play with it.
No, Keith ain't gonna be that big, and we be little dots.
I'm trying to manipulate it so I can put you.
You'll have to teach me the new tricks. There you go.
All right.
No,
there you go, Molly.
But I don't. I see. That's why I don't want to say anything, because however way you do it, Keith, you're supposed to be on the left. I could be in the middle.
Look.
Keith is having fun.
There you go. He's just having fun with it.
Keith is just having fun.
I'm trying to see what's going on.
Keep going.
All right, there you go. Gotcha.
There you go.
Right there you are. There you go, Miss Molly.
I'm
you are.
fine.
Yeah. But
I
hey,
can
y'all,
bring
on the
you.
serious
She got
side, you know, Kamala, you know she's gonna help out that cannabis area, that investment area that I like. She's gonna help those companies and those stocks, and she might make some things a little legal here, y'all. So
man. You know what?
it's something to look
I,
at.
She can do what she can do what she wants to do, but it's those southern states that are going to block the marijuana issue every single time because they lock up too many black people for marijuana. They need those black people in jail for free labor. The state of Louisiana just voted back in November 2023 to keep
Yeah.
slavery on the book. If you got arrested for a crime, you basically revert back to being a slave again in that state. They refuse to take that off the books. And here, that was 2023. Mississippi just reinstated the Jim Crow voting laws. So effectively, like I said earlier, taking 250,000 people off the ballot immediately. So they're doing everything they can to steal this election. But when it comes down to marijuana, those southern states need black people in those jails so they can get that free labor. And marijuana
Time
is
for
the
them.
biggest crime that they best bust people on down there.
Let the brothers go. Let the
Yeah, they
brothers
should.
go. And the
If
sisters,
it's
let them
legal
go.
it's legal in like 40 states now. It's only 10 states
Yeah.
it's not legal.
and
So
and
come on now.
and before that, I remember when liquor,
Mhm.
liquor you couldn't, they used to call it some kind of moonshine
Right.
Yeah.
and sell it like,
Bootlegging.
I
Yeah.
mean, I wasn't I just know that from reading books. I ain't that old, but anyway, they used to call it moonshine, and then they got
Yeah.
away with it. And then when other people started making moonshine, then all of a sudden it's gonna be illegal, and they're gonna bust everybody. And so
Mhm.
for marijuana, it seems like everybody who smokes marijuana is cool. Freeway Ricky Ross and different
Mhm.
companies out here in Compton, they have a
Right.
lot of them. They should have had them before, because a lot of the rappers that came, and some of the rappers are still not benefiting
Right.
from the marijuana crop. And they're the
Mhm.
ones who made it cool to smoke. Because I used to see
Yeah.
what's up, baby?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Well,
And then,
like
Yeah.
everything else, it's headed to
Everything else.
corporate America. It's going from
Yeah.
the street to Wall Street, and they're
Right.
gonna make
Right.
the big money.
Exactly.
well, I
They make
haven't
the
read
big
all of
money.
Project
Go ahead. Go ahead, Molly.
Keith, because you have read more about Project 25 than myself. So I was wondering, is marijuana in Project 25 anywhere?
I don't remember seeing anything about marijuana in
Yeah.
Project 2025. Uh, but they're not gonna stop that if they know it's that could be a cash cow for them.
Right.
They're right now, they're the way that they keep black people from becoming legal marijuana sellers is they raise the price of the licenses and all the permits so high that you can't afford to get them.
Right.
And that's how they keep you out. That's the same, just like buying houses. They don't, if they don't want you in their neighborhood, they'll just raise the price of the house up so high to where you can't afford it. They don't have to tell you we don't want you over here. They'll price you out. So
Yeah.
that's how they
Right.
keep us out of a lot of things. They price us out of a lot of good stuff. And then when we finally get a chance to get the amount of money we need to get that, then they'll say, oh, well, that's all. We're not passing out any more licenses. That's it. We're putting a limit on it. When black people start taking advantage of the bankruptcy laws, what did they do?
Yeah.
They
Change
changed the
them. Yeah.
bankruptcy rules. Changed the rules. So
Yeah.
we're always a day behind and a dollar short because the system has set it up for we will always be $1 short and a day late.
Yeah, that's so true, KP. I'll tell you, because some of the licenses have gone from 50,000 to over 500,000. Now, there's a big difference there. You know, you can muster up 50, 100,000, but when they start charging 500 and $1 million and two, it's really, really difficult. And you got Ohio right now getting ready to start with their legal adult use coming here probably in the next few weeks. So that's another big market, and they're opening up all these markets, and you know, brothers in the street gonna get the small end of this. Unfortunately, you know,
the brothers in the street are still gonna be selling illegal marijuana
for sure.
But yeah, they're gonna be still selling it, and because, but the only difference is they're gonna have to give you twice as much. Because why would I go to you when I can go buy it legally from the store?
Right.
Well, it's crazy.
Yeah. And you know, you take away the risk, the penitentiary risk for for whites. We've been living with penitentiary risks our whole life, but you take that away from them, and they're willing to pay a little higher price and go to the store and buy it. You know.
Exactly.
Yeah, for sure.
So, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
we'll see how it goes.
I'm still thinking. I can't. What? And I'm gonna put it in the way I'm thinking about it. What white guy in the House or the Senate right now could Kamala Harris choose as a vice president? Who's up there? Who's at the top of the list?
Boy, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. See, they gotta have you want somebody with a name, a little name at least.
Right, it can't be Schiff because he just got through bad mouthing Trump. I mean, bad mouthing Biden.
Schiff.
So you can't pick him.
Can't count.
I don't know who it could be. Who's next?
But Schiff, where is Schiff from?
I don't know
Cali.
what state he's from.
Right,
Cali
you can't
too.
have. Yeah, you can't. You can't have both of them. Can't be from the same state. And
right, you gotta get people out of.
The other person,
you know, I was thinking of the lady from the one from Michigan, you know. But you got two women on the ticket.
You right back where we started from. You right back where we started from. If they didn't want two blacks, you know they ain't gonna vote for two women.
Ain't gonna vote for two women, right?
The good old boy group ain't gonna vote for no two women.
Right. You need a man.
The same thing.
White man.
The same baggage. It's the same baggage.
And there's a part of me that's concerned about a weak white man coming in as the vice president, for the simple reason, if he's weak, and I rebuke this in the name of Jesus, weak white men come in, they will take Kamala out to make him be the president.
Yeah.
I want a strong.
Who's the minority whip? Who's the minority whip right now? Because I'm lost. I mean, I'm having one of those senior moments where I can't remember which guys are doing what. Schiff is the only name that keeps getting stuck in my head for some reason. I guess that's because they always go to him. When the issues come up, they always go to him, and he always pop up on MSNBC a lot.
I guess for me, I haven't even looked into that. But by our next show, even if it's tomorrow, I'm going to look up these things and see the possibility, because I've really begun to use my Google.
Oh, okay.
You can ask Google anything.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Google will tell you good, bad, or indifferent. I asked
Google got the answers.
I asked Google about me, and Google put up some real
wrote up a story on you, Mollie.
Yes. Ask Google, who is Mollie Bell? And they wrote, whoever
they went
did
to work. Pages full of stuff.
It was really good. I just said I need to download it and put it someplace so just in case I keep talking on
It's
KP
there. It
video.
ain't going nowhere.
Yeah,
It's
No,
there.
but,
ain't going nowhere.
but if I
It's
keep
there.
talking on KP video with Mickey coming on, and we talking about people that might get off, people that ain't gonna give up the right money, they gonna change all that. Because
Hey, you know what?
I'm not saying I'm not calling either one of you. Who was the group called Thug Life? Was that a Tupac had did a video
Yeah,
called
it's
Thug
Thug
So I
Life?
Life.
think so.
Yeah, and and
Yeah.
Tupac had said so. We'll find out, and I'm saying that
Yeah.
we
When
have
is
a
the
lot.
convention? When is the
It's
DNC?
next month. Right? Next month?
Next month?
I
In
think next
August?
month, yeah.
Yeah, but
They don't have very
So
much time.
But when is the
you know what?
Olympics?
They talk.
Isn't that next month too?
Olympics start next week. Start Friday. Olympics start Friday.
And
Coming up.
how many days? How many days is that from next month? Today is the 22nd.
22nd. Yeah.
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 Today is the 22nd, because I remember the 22nd because it's the last day for the public comments on that schedule change for cannabis from Schedule 1 to Schedule 3. It's the last day for the public to make comments. So it's the 22nd.
Yeah. See, and I haven't even.
Mhm.
I guess I haven't been as alert as I should have been, because Mickey, I didn't even know that cannabis had any issues going on, because
Yeah.
all I know is that when I'm outside at the park or something, I'll just see somebody go, "Hey, Molly Bill, how you doing?" So I didn't know it had no issues. I didn't
Yeah.
know it
Well,
had
it's
no
legal, and I mean it's legal, but it's. I mean, a lot of these youngsters got to understand what legal means, because I go to the gas station to get gas. Somebody pulls up next to me and they open their door up and a cloud of smoke is coming out. That's not legal. It's not legal for you to ride down the street smoking.
Yeah.
It's not legal for you to smoke it at the
True.
park. It's not legal for you to walk down the street smoking. You have to do it at home. That's the only place it's legal, is at home.
Yeah.
It's
But-
not for
But
those
you
doing
can't
it at
tell
the
them
park,
that.
that's not legal. For those that's doing it
That's
at the
no, that's
park,
illegal. You can't.
wow.
That's illegal.
Uh,
And it actually in the state in LA County, you can't even smoke cigarettes in the park in LA County. That's against the law.
No driving
So,
high.
you know,
No driving high.
no. It's an open container. It's an open container type. It's a DUI if you get caught riding down the street smoking marijuana in your car. That's driving under the influence.
Wow.
You know, so
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Since
again,
California got the strongest no smoking laws in the country about cigarettes, when they banned cigarettes, you can't smoke cigarettes at the beach, at the park,
Right.
you know, so in no government buildings. So it's a lot of restrictions. So if you can't smoke cigarettes, you can't smoke marijuana in those places either.
Pretty much.
That's what happened when you're not at 77. I guess if I was in my 30s or 40s, I would know all that. But right now, I don't even know nobody who's I don't run with anybody who smoke or be around, because I'm a homebody.
Exactly.
Other than going out to protest. And when I go out to protest, nobody is smoking or drinking anything, because they already know when they see that red, black, and green flag behind you, KP, and when they see no justice, no peace, and Black Lives Matter, they're looking for anything.
Anything. Any little tiny
KP,
thing.
did you just hear what Molly said? Black don't crack. Look at her. She don't run with that crowd. She don't run with that crowd.
Hey, I don't run with that crowd
either. Day over 50. Look at her.
Look, I stopped drinking 34 years ago. I'm celebrating 34 years on the 28th of June. By the grace of God. Stopped in June 28th, 1990. And, when I got away from that crowd and those people, the rest of them they just all disappeared. because they knew that, well, no more free drinks. And so all those people I thought were my friends, no, they were just leeches. That's all they were. They were just people just trying to get a free drink. You know, and that's why I was their so-called friend. But my real friends I can count on one hand, and they are definitely true blue, without a doubt. You know.
Yeah.
So I put both of y'all in that category. And it's like, you know, it's just real. It's just, I've been knowing both of y'all for over 20 some years, even though it was like working on the same job, but that's still like more like family because we spent more time around the people at work awake than we did at home with our close family members.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So
we did. We go way back, boy. I tell you, we've been through a lot.
Playing post office.
Yeah.
A lot of folks was playing post office at that job.
Yeah, it was.
I never did understand that game when I was a kid, but I found out about it when I got older. Playing post office.
Yeah, you know, for a while there, KP, you know, we were the number one. You know, we was number one in the country. So, you know, we had it really going on. They wouldn't treat us like we was number one in the country, but we had a good ship there going, you know, steering in the right direction.
From the top down, because like I said, a friend of the family, Donald Gridiron was the postmaster, and when Byron Donato and all of them guys found out that I was Fred like this, I was like this with the postmaster because him and my mother worked together as as clerks at Worldway before he got started climbing up the ladder. She got her management position and went to the BMC, and then he got his management position and came over and became postmaster at the marina. So it's like,
I love the marina.
Yeah, I said he sit there talking while I work on my machine. Yeah. The marina was from the top down.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah. And then when I went over to
operated
LA,
from the top down.
Yeah, when I went to LA, I wasn't pleased with LA, but I went there while I was on light duty to LA, so I never knew the hard part, the ugly part of LA, and plus I was able to meet some really good people in my life at the post office. I think it was one of those comedians and he used to say, "Post office been very good to me," and
yes,
it has. It was very good to me. Anyway,
right.
I know. Now I know the people are saying, "All right, y'all, get back to what we could get involved in."
Yeah, we got to get back on topic here. We kind of went off topic, but what else did I have in line? Donors, the donors, then the people that's an amazing amount of money. $81 million Kamala Harris got within a 24-hour period.
Yes,
81 million bucks. That is a lot of money. $81 million a day. Come on, man. Who makes that kind of money?
Volumes.
And the best part about the 81 or 82.
81.
How many million?
Yeah.
81
that
million.
was 81. That was 81 at that article. It might be over 100 now.
Okay, but right now, the best part about the 81 million is that for an election, I would rather have $81 million given to me by 81 million people than to have 200 million given to me by one person. Because that one person, how many votes does he get? One
vote.
One vote. So when we hear that many people have given, we can look at it as votes and we could see. And for those who haven't given, wherever you are, if you don't have the money, volunteer to walk precincts, volunteer to pass out information,
right?
Volunteer to stand up for justice and be counted. Because if we don't, we are going to be in a dark hole. I remember, what was that movie where the guy falls into a sunken place? You know, it was.
Where the guy went down to the center of the earth or something?
No, he falls. He goes out to this house to help them do something, and they're changing him, and he falls into the
Get Out.
sunken
The movie
place.
Get Out. The movie Get Out.
Yeah, Get Out.
The movie Get Out.
Get out.
Yeah.
Get out.
Mhm.
That sunken
Yeah.
place. If I'm around somebody and I have my glass right here and I hear somebody, I'm running.
Get out.
Yeah.
Get out.
Get out.
Yeah, you know, get out of here. You know, that's how they did it. And I've always found out that the things that I see on television, it's already old. There are places, sunken places. There are places that we have got to watch out for. And we've got to be vigilant. And we've got to be mindful. And we have to talk to each other about
That's right.
whatever it is that we want to do. Because every group, and I always bring up my Jesus, every group, they have somebody that's going to do some things to hurt someone. And Judas was, do you know that almost all of Jesus' disciples had terrible deaths? You know, they tried to kill John, the Revelator, and he didn't die. And they put him on this Isle of Patmos, and he wrote the book of Revelations. So I'm just saying that we have got to be mindful that we as Black people, we have a special something inside of us
We do.
that help us see the future, that help us see what really is going on. Because we don't have to, you know, we could enjoy our herbs, but Black people have something that can see what's going on, how they're doing it, and we've just got to make sure that we don't fall trapped to it and all the things that they're doing. And so with Biden dropping out, that's a good thing. I wanted him to do it at his own, but I was not going to say do it. I wanted him to do it later, but after so many people stood up against it, then you were fighting. I don't know how it is in Vegas, KP, but I seen people walking against the wind, and they're holding their hats, and you know, it's real hard. It's hard to walk against the wind. And there was a whirlwind coming in Donald Trump. He is made us walk against the wind. But even though we did, we're making it. We're going to be all right. We're going to be all right.
But those people turning their back on Joe Biden,
We're going to be all right.
you're talking about a bunch of turncoats. They made the whole party look weak by jumping ship on Joe when they did. And when somebody's going through whatever they're going through, you don't kick them when they down. You try to pick them up. You pick them up. And that greed and that plan, whatever plan that they have, and those people that are being paid under the table by Trump and his people to throw that salt in the game, as they say back in the day, throwing salt in the game against Biden, that call themselves Democrats, they should be ran out of the party completely. And I know Joe Biden knows who they are, because they had to approach him and say something, because just going out to the news media leaking something saying, well, I'm going to leak this to MSNBC or CNN, but I'm not going to tell Joe to his face. That's the sign of a coward. That's a sign of a total coward and a total backstabber. That's, hey, like this song said, they smile in your face all the time. They want to take your place.
Yep.
Backstab.
Backstab. They out
But
there.
That's what he was dealing with. Backstabbers, man.
They
and
out there, bro.
and we got to keep
Hey.
in mind that a lot of people who are not assured of themselves, they'll go along with what they think is the majority. There were a
Exactly.
lot of people when they would say 4 people want Biden to drop off, and I'm going, but there's thousands that don't, millions that don't.
Right.
How
But
can
if I
I
call
get
you tonight,
more?
if I call you tonight and say, "Hey, Molly, you know that money I said I was going to give you 20 million for your campaign? If Biden stays in, I'm not going to give you that 20 million. What you going to do about it?" You see what I'm saying? You got those kind of people. You got those
Yeah,
kind of people that are willing to take that money. They'll throw anybody under the bus for money.
yeah,
Endorsements,
and
cash.
some of them who don't know. There's my father had dementia. You know, I seen him. I seen it because he lived to be 91, and I've seen it in him where he done things and taking care of him. Sometimes I'm not saying it's dementia or Alzheimer's, but have you ever walked in the kitchen and say, "Now, what did I come in here to get?"
Mm-hmm.
Well, when that gets worse and you don't get any help for it, or for me, if I go in the kitchen and say, "What did I come in here for?" I'm going to stand there a few minutes and look around until I see. I'm going to work on making myself remember, why did I come in the kitchen? What did I do? When I'm going to do your show, we do KP video, I have my notes because I've seen dementia and Alzheimer's. I have friends who are doing that. And I honestly believe that Biden really did have moments. He's 80 something, but then I'm out here in California and it's hard for me to believe it because I seen Maxine Waters, Congresswoman, she 80 something, walking in stilettos in a parade.
Yeah.
Go Maxine and talk beautifully. So I don't know how that worked. Maybe I need to do some research on it because I don't want Keith to call me for a show. And then when I come, he say, what you want? I said, you said we're going to do the show. When? Then we're going to
Well,
be
I
going
just set
crazy.
it up and we'll do a show anyway. we'll do it. I got your back.
We enjoy you. Both of y'all.
back.
Y'all,
Yeah.
the king and the queen here.
Well, I'm
KP
going
and Molly Bill.
I
It
know.
is what it is.
Mickey, thank you for coming on. I'm going to let you and Keith finish it out because I need to run to the grocery store.
Okay, Molly
And-
Bell.
I gotta do the
And
same thing.
I don't drive at night. I'm not supposed to really. I drive, but I try to drive before it get dark. I don't like driving in the rain. And I used to work graveyard, right, Keith? So I'm comfortable driving in the nighttime. I don't like driving in the dark. I don't
I
like
got you.
driving in the rain. And then because of television, I'll turn on the television when I first get up early in the morning because I do other shows. Carl Nelson broadcasts out of Baltimore, Maryland. And he comes on at 6 o'clock in Baltimore, but it's 3 o'clock here. So I'm up only because I'm not doing different things. And when I get up and stay up, I have a lot of things, that I end up doing. And so I'm just saying that for myself, I want to be able to get up. I don't have a special time. And so there are things that I need to do that I used to didn't be afraid, not afraid. I'm not saying that. But Keith, working at the post office graveyard and everything, we got used to driving in the middle of the night on the
Time
freeway.
management. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
But because of the news nowadays, they bring breaking news. It was a terrible freeway on the way to Temecula or on the way to Las Vegas. The one right down the street in Compton. Now I got to hear about this terrible one that was no place near me. And so I don't know.
Yeah.
They want to give us fear, but God has not given us the spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. And as soon as the doctor released me, Keith, I'm going to be able to go ahead and drive to Vegas one day and come by
There you
and
go.
see you. You know.
Right.
Do the show live.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Live.
How do you put, can I close for me?
Oh, I'll get you. All right. But since
Okay,
Molly
wait,
right, Molly.
Bell, it
I
is
got-
seeing
what
you,
it
Molly.
is. It is what it is. With Molly Bell.
Take
Right.
care.
Wait a minute,
ahead.
but I got to say this. All you prayer warriors out there, you know what you've got to do. You've got to keep fasting. You've got to keep praying because the struggle continues, but always to God be the glory. Thank you, Keith. Thank you, Mickey.
Amen. All right, Molly.
It is what it is with Molly Bell, y'all. It is what it is with Molly Bell.
Good
All right,
seeing you.
Sister Molly, take care. Take care and be
Take
safe
care,
out
Molly.
there. Be safe. What's up, brother Mick?
Hey, brother, it's so good to see you and Molly together with It Is What It Is. I appreciate it. I want to check in with you, KP, see how you doing. I'm like
I'm doing a
Molly
little
right
better
now. I'm going to have
today.
to make a little run to the store, but I did want to can I give a couple people shout outs, Marina
Sure,
shout outs?
Sure. Of course you can.
We shout out a couple people I want on my show, The Scoop. I want to been talking to Deborah Cornelius. I want to get the Union Stewards, and I want to get Carol Brown up in there. She up in South Carolina, so we're gonna try and get her. And Deborah's over she's over in California, and a few others who pop up on that Facebook. Valerie, we're gonna have to get them out. Them are the OGs of the marina.
All right.
We got to get them out.
I feel you.
Yeah.
I feel you, bro. Yeah. This I did send the link while we was doing what we was doing. I sent the link over to the marina page.
Yeah.
So
Good.
up on it, and
Show your love, Marina. Show your love.
Yeah. Yep. They better.
Yeah. Yeah.
This show that I do is for everybody, man. It's not, a lot of times, when I first started doing it, it's like, okay, but then after a while, your priorities change, and it's like, okay, I'm doing this for this person, that person, and the knowledge, man. Knowledge is what something you have to share, and it's too hard for people to get caught up, man, and just. We as a people have to learn how to share knowledge more. We have to share more, man, and stop being stingy with knowledge. That's
give it up.
I don't get it. I never understood that. Why would you not want somebody to learn something? I mean, that's what your so-called those overseers was doing way back in the 16, 17, 1800s. That's what they were doing, trying to keep you from knowledge. And they're trying to take you all the way back to that, to where one thing they're doing is they're attacking the school system now. They're talking about getting rid of public school and making it so they take that money from the public school, and then rich people would be able to go to their private schools for free. That's what they're working on now, and that's part of the Project 2025 situation. And they're already doing it, man. In certain places, it's like. All these little magnet schools popping up. Yeah. I got a little KP. I got a little emergency at the house I'm gonna have to take care of here. I'm gonna get back with you, brother. Okay. All right. It is what it is. All right. Take care, my brother. All right. You take it easy. Thanks again. Appreciate you. All right. You're welcome. Okay, folks. This is KP and KP's Video News, and that was the It Is What It Is show with Molly Bell. And I'm telling you, man, it was a good show. That was a good show here today. But anyway, I want you people to always share, make some comments, share, like, dislike, whatever. Just give me a little feedback here. And it's you know who it is. You know who it is.
KP's Video News, y'all. It's KP's Video News, y'all.